I've always noticed that new brake pads sometimes have these weird, colorful surfaces, green or blue or striped. I honestly just thought it was some kind of branding, like a company's signature color.
Right, it's a common assumption, but that color isn't for looks at all. It's a very deliberate piece of engineering. It's related to this concept called surface ablation, and its whole purpose is to bridge the performance gap between a brand new pad and one that's already perfectly broken in.
Okay, so you're saying that color is a sign that the pad is ready to perform right out of the box? That seems pretty important for, stopping.
Exactly. That treatment is what determines if your first stop on new pads feels confident and stable or if it feels a bit vague. It's a huge factor for driver confidence and safety.
So what exactly is this bedding in process, and how does it make the pad and the rotor become, as you say, a matched pair?
It's all about material transfer. The bedding in process, which is a series of controlled stops, actually transfers a microscopic even layer of friction material from the pad onto the face of the brake rotor. That super thin transfer layer is what creates the perfect mating surface. Without it, the pad and the bare metal of the rotor don't have that ideal connection, which can lead to inconsistent braking or that awful shuddering feeling.
I see. So the color and the bedding in process are basically designed to give you stable, reliable performance from the very first press of the pedal. How do these surface treatments actually help skip that awkward getting to know you phase with new brakes?
The main goal of that colored surface is to mimic a pad that's already been perfectly bedded in. Manufacturers apply these special coatings or materials so that the initial braking effect is as close as possible to that stable, optimal performance.
Interesting. So it's like a head start for your brakes. You're basically getting a pre-tuned, preconditioned part that's ready to go.
That's a great way to put it. It gives the pad instant combat readiness. It drastically reduces that adaptation period where new brakes can sometimes feel softer and unresponsive. It means we get reliable stopping power much faster after an installation.
That makes a lot of sense. So from a manufacturing standpoint, what's the science behind these treatments? How do they ensure the pad performs so well from the start?
Well, the whole process is incredibly precise. After selecting and mixing all the raw materials, they're compressed under immense heat and pressure, then cured. But the magic happens in the finishing stage. The pad surface is ground perfectly flat. The edges are often chamfered to help with dust and gas escape. And then they apply that specific coating, the color you see.
So it's not just a simple layer of paint.
Not at all. It's a functional coating designed to create a specific initial friction profile. Some are slightly abrasive to clean the rotor. Others are designed to wear away very quickly, leaving a perfectly conditioned surface behind. It's all about preventing problems like glazing, where the pad gets overheated and becomes too smooth to grip effectively.
Got it. So this careful surface treatment is the key to making sure the brakes work perfectly from the get-go. What are the tangible benefits for me, the average driver, when I get my brakes changed?
The biggest thing you'll notice is the consistency. You won't have that vague or inconsistent brake feel that people used to complain about with new pads. The preconditioning ensures a much smoother and more efficient material transfer right from the start.
And I assume that translates to more than just feel?
Absolutely. It means better initial stopping power, a much shorter adaptation period, and because the wear is more even and glazing is prevented, it can even lead to longer life for both the pads and the rotors. A quieter ride is often a nice side effect, too.
So in the end, that little splash of color on a brake pad is a perfect example of smart automotive engineering. It's all about enhancing safety and performance by making sure the brakes are ready to go from mile one.
That's the core of it. To sum it up, that color you see on new brake pads is a deliberate engineering treatment, not just for looks. These treatments work with the bedding in process to give you optimal and consistent braking right away. Things like special coatings or heat treatments create that perfect transfer layer between the pad and rotor, which prevents problems like judder or glazing. Ultimately, for the driver, it means better initial braking, a shorter break-in period, and even potentially longer lasting parts.